Something big happened this week in Des Moines real estate. I can barely contain myself. Okay, I know I'm making a few of you angry this week because I didn't put in the show notes what the big news was, but you just trust me, you got to watch this week. So let's jump right in. Enough talking. Let's start talking about the real estate market. Week 31 weeks on the books. August 7th, we are currently with 46% of our total listing inventory at existing homes. Only 38% is new construction. And that's with new construction climbing to over 1,000 listings on the market. That's huge this week. Still in the seller's market for all categories. It is resale properties, and anything new on the market is above that 5 months of inventory, and we're currently in a buyer's market for that area. So let's go right to the big news this week here. So I was going to tell you last week, I said I was going to talk about the real estate cycle. I'm going to delay this because of this big news. I think it's going to be a good article to end the month with. So I'm going to talk at the end of the month about the real estate cycle and how the market is really coming into a huge change. So finally, here's the big news. We finally have more listings. We have more listings than we have in the sale pending, which means that the day has finally arrived. We have, our inverted market is going to come to an end. On Friday, we hit 2,635 homes for sale, and the number of sale pendings dropped to 2,620. And that's the first time, since 2020 that we've actually had more homes for sale than we have had sale pendings. Now, it might go a day or two here where we kind of bubble back and forth, but I think from this point forward, we're going to see that homes for sale number increase quite a bit, and our sell pending inventory continue to go downward just because it's that time of the year here. So good news is more listings, fewer pending. So that scale has been finally tipped. So here's what it looks like on that week-to-week graphic. I was in the office this week talking to one of our agents, Deb, and she said, I just really like this graphic with the little bubbles up and down. It shows you kind of where the market is. It's a very visual graphic, and we were talking about maybe what color the bubble would be when they cross over. Well, they just almost are exactly over each other this week. And so rather than try to figure out what blue and green would be and try to come up with that, I just made it blue here. So I'm sorry, green and yellow. Green and yellow do not make blue, but that's what it is. 2634 for sale, 2628 sale pending. This is what it looks like in the inverted market watch graphic that I started back in 2020. And you can see back in late 2020, around December, we touched, but we never did cross over into out of the inverted market there. So that's really the last time it was even close, was the end of the year in 2020. We're only 6 properties ahead as of Sunday. This is the date we're recording this, was Sunday. We're only 6 properties ahead, but I do believe we're going to increase that quite a bit here this next coming week. Now, there is some stuff happening this next 10 days, beginning on Thursday. So we'll talk about that at the very, very end of the show. That might change this a little bit, but I really still believe we're going to see an increase in that. So just because the overall market is out of the inverted market, this is one of those times where I sat back and I looked, I said, where else are we still inverted? And it's the existing home market is still in an inverted state. There's 437 more sale pendings in the books than there are homes currently for sale. And you can see that at the far right there that they're coming together, and I think we will come fully together here probably sometime, probably in September is kind of the path I think I see, maybe the end of August, but more likely probably the 1st of September. But 437 homes more in the sale pending than we have for sale. And the same thing goes for the existing condo townhome market. Although it's only 85 sales apart, we are still pretty much in an inverted market there as well. So what does new construction look like, you ask? Well, here we go. We have almost 450 more homes for sale than we have in the sale pending bucket. So if you remember, I said we were right at 1,000 homes on the market for new construction single family homes. If you follow that gray line all the way across, you'll see that this is the highest number of homes we've had for sale in the new construction category single family at one time than any time prior to 2020. And I'd have to go back and look and see back in 2019 and 18 if we surpassed that. But inventory is certainly on the rise in the new construction side. It's just not selling quite as fast, and the sales are not coming in as a result, and therefore we're starting to really see quite a large change there. So we're definitely out of an inverted market there. 449 more on the market. The condo townhomes in the new construction category, it's a little bit less far apart, almost 80 homes more than what we have under contract. So that number is right at, I think, 255, or 254 is our current count on new construction condo townhome market stuff. So, all right, I said it was going to be a short show because we are starting here on Thursday of this week. We're going to start the Iowa State Fair up again. And I kind of mentioned that, maybe this is going to be kind of a wild card. Who knows what's going to really happen? I will tell you that during the Iowa State Fair, listings sometimes do drop just a little bit because everybody's focused on the fair. I'm not sure if that's really going to happen this year, just because we have such a buyer demand and sellers are still fairly focused in certain price points. And so we'll just have to see what the Iowa State Fair does for us. In the meantime, be smart, be safe, have fun at the fair, read all the signs, and don't touch the bull. So we'll talk to you all again next week. Thanks for joining me.